It looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, so in the meantime, chat, stay with me here. Stay with me. Are you excited for Silent Hill 3? Who was your favorite Silent Hill protagonist? Tell me, I must know. In the meantime, we have a $25 anonymous donation. Thank you so much, Anonymous. We also have a $25 donation from One True Girlbot. Thank you so much. And another $25 donation from Keen Jin. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm so sorry if I'm not, but they say trans rights are human rights. And I could not agree more. Chat, I love to see all this hype going on, all this trans rights, all this love for Silent Hill. We have a $25 donation from Cece that says, "Hi, I ordered a large pizza with a side of Princess Heart and a UFO ending. Yes, to Silent Hill. No, to Silent Hill 3, not Silent Hill 2. Well, tell him he can keep the pizza." Thank you, Cece, so much for that generous donation. We have another donation of $20 from Mike that simply says, "Honk." Chilling. Thank you, Mike. And we have a $25 donation from Metal Med B that says, "Ooh, let's get more spooky games and get that UFO incentive." You are so right, Metal Med B. Folks, if you are just now joining us, we do have an incentive of $2,000, which we are over $500 towards for our Silent Hill 3 run, which will unlock the Princess Heart costume and a UFO ending. I can't think of a better deal. I honestly can't. Alrighty, it is looking like we might have everything sorted. So, once again, I would like to introduce our next run of Silent Hill 3, no quick saves, no quick loads, by Abbiescorner. Take it away, Abby.
Well, hello there, everyone. I hope you're ready to get your fright on, because it's now time for a very spooky game. But of course, with me I have some help. I have quite the Silent Hill scholar, and also scholar of bunnies, Char Bunny, with me.
Hello, it's me. Definitely good on the bunnies part. We'll see how well I do at the Silent Hill part today.
You're gonna do fantastic. And of course, we have horror runner extraordinaire, Miss KatLink.
Hello, everybody. Happy to be here. I'm very excited to watch some Silent Hill 3 today. You're gonna do great, Abby.
Thank you. Of course, Kat is kind of responsible for me playing this game, because when I tried to get it working on my own, it was like, no. But without any further ado, shall we get the run going? So when I hit the button in 3, 2, 1, the run begins.
Woo, let's go.
Now, recently a lot has happened with this game, such as there now being 56 categories. Because back in December, somebody figured out that if you mash the supply button, which is a button that I will be using to heal myself when we get to the point where I have to run through Silent Hill. Spoilers, we're not in Silent Hill yet. And so that caused a whole kerfluffle with this. Also, we want this fine gentleman to hit us really hard in the face, because we need to wake up from a nightmare, because that's what we're in right now. We're in a nightmare. We're actually sleeping inside of a burger joint inside of a mall. Because who hasn't done that in their teenage years?
Yeah, this part is also RNG on which arms the closer will attack with. Generally, there is a pattern we would want, but you reset quite a lot on this with this specific closer if you try and do that. So just getting as much damage as possible is ideal.
Yes, indeed. We didn't get too badly there. Usually, if you get one stab, you're pretty okay. You're looking at about 35 seconds IGT/LRTA. That was another thing that happened with the MASH discovery, is that the timing method changed to load list real-time attack, which essentially works, my apologies, like the IGT, only the MASH trick doesn't work for reducing time, because every time you would press that button, it would stop the timer by a frame every time you hit it. So, yeah, that
You just smash that the entire run and to just randomly save time.
Yep.
Wow, I can see why there's different categories.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of
the tongs.
Real quick, speaking of different categories, I want to shout out that we do have an incentive open for this run. We have an incentive open for the Princess Heart and UFO ending. If you want to see a little bit of a different ending for the run, Chat, you've been doing such a fantastic job. We're over $700 of the way there. We need 2,000 to meet that, so thank you so much for your donations on that one.
I believe.
Yes.
I believe.
Also, chat, can you do math? Can you tell me what 1 times 3 is? Because the raptors have multiplied. Because that's a thing. Random raptors just multiplying.
Well, everyone needs a friend.
They're cute.
I suppose.
They're not bunnies, but they're fine.
Oh, don't worry. There will be bunnies later.
I just like monsters.
That's very fair.
And of course, we're in the bookstore. One thing that I also want to note, 2693, is that I am not using the optimal control scheme. Often runners like Cat and Deathstrokes and Punchy, I did that wrong, didn't I?
2693.
Yeah, 2693.
2693, thank you.
Yeah, you're fine. It's okay.
They use
All I've been saying in my head since we saw the code.
Okay, cool. They use 3D controls. Unfortunately, 3D controls do not agree with me, so I use 2D controls. And as far as I'm aware, there were only 2 of us who used 2D controls. The other one being one of the console world record holders, Aaron, who you all may know from Silent Hill 2, as he holds all the records for that game, as well as some records for 1. For whatever reason, 2D controls just feel more comfortable for me, so optimization be darned. Yes, so there will be no strafing either. Strafing does not exist on 2D controls. So, but I can turn really, really quickly.
Hey,
Dogs
at least
are
we got
relatively
that.
nice here. Hopefully we don't get sandwiched on our way back here.
Yeah, the movement in this game can be quite different between 3D and 2D. Like Abby said, in 3D controls, it's a lot of strafing around, getting from point A to point B, whereas in 2D, it's a lot of taking the turns early or just doing slight turns and quick optimizations when the room loads in, so to speak.
Yes.
We have time for a quick donation.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. First up, we got a $25 donation from Leigh Gray saying, "Go Abby, best little sister ever." We have another $25 anonymous donation that says, "We gotta get that true ending," which is so true. Keep the donations up. We are well over $700 towards the UFO ending. Great work, chat.
So now we
let's
have
go.
pulled.
Thanks, everyone.
We have pulled down a ladder using a coat hanger. I don't think that could work in real life. I really, really don't. I think it would break before you could get it down. But that's just me, as we pick up this key.
I mean, have
Also,
you
if
ever
you're
tried it,
wondering-
though?
No, I have not. Also, for those wondering, the language is Japanese that I have on. Just because I felt, why not? There's no specific benefit to it whatsoever.
Japanese is pretty cool.
Shout outs to our Japanese restream, by the way. We have a Japanese restream this event happening on a delay. First time for us in this event, so we're really excited about that.
Ooh.
No.
Yes. Now, on 2D controls, funny thing about that room that I just went through, if you try to go right, the camera will rapidly spin, and it might cause some vertigo. So if you go to the left, you'll be perfectly fine. So that is a benefit of knowing what to do. It took me a long time to figure that out, by the way. Also, everyone in chat, I would like to apologize. There's another horror game that I speedrun, and I often confuse the two characters' names. So if you ever hear me say Erico, that's why. So, my bad.
I thought you were going to talk about how loud the bees are.
Oh
They
yeah,
are
that too.
quite
The bees
loud.
are awfully loud as well. So we have cracked the nut, and now we can use the moonstone in the door. But yes, bees are very loud. They are the loudest thing in the game, and ironically, between the 3 versions of the game, PC is the loudest.
That is true.
Because I also run the PS2 version and the HD collection version, and HD collection is the quietest because you can barely hear them. I don't know why that decision was made, but it was.
Because we're in Silent Hill, so everything must be quiet.
I suppose.
I tried to hold off on laughing until you finished your sentence, but it was really hard because that was great.
Now, I have a question. Does anybody like dancing?
Oh,
I do.
I hope you're ready to go dancing with Worm.
Yes.
I was
This-
going to dance with the devil in the pale moonlight, but Worm sounds fun.
This is something that I've been experimenting with for 2 days now, because, as you know, the worm can run away. However, apparently by trying to dance with it, it doesn't run away. Don't ask me why this works. It just does.
Yes. This is
So-
Split Worm. So basically, the Split Worm will come out of the tunnel, and we have to shoot Split Worm about 6 times. And there it is. It's a very quick boss fight. However, like Abby said, the worm can run away on you, and it takes a while to wait for it to come back. But that was excellent. Nice dance moves.
Yes, because for some reason, dancing with Worm seems to keep it from running away. And I'm like, all right then, whatever wants to work. So now we're running out of the mall. If there's any donations, that would be cool.
Yes, I have a couple perfect donations for this run. The first one is a $25 donation from Vicarious Vince that says, "It's bread." Delicious. We have a $10 donation from Silent Hillian that says, "Silent Hill item pickup sound." Let me try to make it. Dong.
That was lovely.
We've also got an anonymous $150 donation with no comment. Thank you so much, Anonymous.
Thank you.
And just a
Very
brief
much
reminder on the
appreciated.
incentive, we are barely over $200 away from 1,000. So keep those coming.
Very nice. So now we're running through a creepy subway that has a movie reference. Blink and you'll miss it. The first shot of that movie reference was actually up above. Don't worry, there's another one. See if you can figure it out. I'm not going to give spoilers onto what it is.
I won't give spoilers either, but that's because I don't know what it was because I forgot to ask after our last practice run. That's okay. I'll learn it with you, chat.
Yeah, if you're very
Yes.
familiar with the Silent Hill series, you will most likely know which movie we're referring to. It's a classic.
Also,
Minmo.
Cat.
Hey,
Ooh, cat.
we love Minmo.
Yes. See, I may have forgot about the "it's bread" meme like I do every time, but I didn't forget Minmo.
Never forget Minmo.
Also, I want to shout out that we just used a nutcracker to crack open, for some reason, chains holding a door shut, which is definitely also how it works in real life.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. I do that every day to get out of my house.
Remind me to never
Sounds
sleep
like you
over at
need
your
a new house.
Yes, I live in Silent Hill, don't you know?
I'm impressed with the Wi-Fi they got there. If we can hear you on this
It's pretty
call.
crazy, actually.
That's awesome.
And
Maybe I
there's the
should consider
pile of
moving.
garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Now, there is some fun movie references throughout Silent Hill. Like, for example, Dahlia from Silent Hill 1 is actually named after Italian horror director Dario Argento's wife. There's the movie reference, by the way, chat. Also, one of Akira Yamaoka's musical influences is Angelo Badalamenti, constant David Lynch collaborator, especially on a certain television series known as Twin Peaks. So yes, Twin Peaks has influenced this game in some form or fashion. It's not just Deadly Premonition, y'all.
And someone in chat did get the correct movie. It is Jacob's Ladder.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Very nicely done, chat.
I'm proud of you. And now we head on a subway train. The very weird thing about this scene is she's like, wait, the door closes, and she's like, let me out of here. And it's like, subway doors do that normally, Heather. What were you expecting exactly?
Oh, something else fun about this subway train is that you're always in the last car. And that doesn't make sense because as you go through each door, you think you'd go to the second to last car and then the third to last car. But if you go backwards, you're actually always in the last car. I guess they just vanish behind you somehow. There's some interesting space-time rules at play here.
Indeed.
The train just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Oh no!
See, you're just at the end of the train. No reason. Just there.
Just cuz.
Yes.
Yes, we do have
and
to deal with
unfortunately,
some... Oh, go ahead.
you have to worry about what you're mashing at because there are certain things on the ground that Heather will look at, and it's like, oh. And the game is also very weird about what pauses the timers. So you do have to be careful somewhat. Now we're just, running through the sewers because it totally makes sense that a 17-year-old knows her way around the sewers, right?
Yeah, of
Not
course.
odd at all.
Yes? No? I feel like there's a quiz happening and I'm getting all the answers wrong, but that's okay.
And now we have something far more frightening. We have bees that walk instead of fly. If you thought the bees flying was scary because of how noisy they are, oh no. No. When they're walking, it's like, oh, you're going to hit me, aren't you?
They are ready to strike.
Speaking of being hit, that fine giant gentleman behind me can hit me twice and cost me 4 seconds each time it hits me. Because it can hit you on the way in and on the way out.
Yeah, and the big numb bodies tend to be a lot more aggressive and faster, so they can catch up to you quite quickly if you're not too careful, but got through there with no problems.
And I know some of chat was calling out that we were on a train and that there are donation trains and was suggesting that maybe we put those two together. I know I saw someone suggest a $5 donation train at 15 minutes into the run. I would love to see that train come through. That'd be pretty fun.
I would love to see that too.
Oh,
I don't have a $5 donation, but I have a $25 donation from Genko that says, dancing keeps the worm from running away because if you're dancing, you're walking with rhythm.
This is true.
Facts coming
Also,
through.
there's one extended screen on the entirety of the PC version. On PS2, almost every load screen takes a while. On HDC, that extended dark screen that we saw does not happen. It is the only version that does not happen. I'm not sure why it happens on the PC version. But luckily, because of that extended screen, it allows me to put my thumb into position to be able to make the turn with very little mistake or issues.
Also say we are seconds away from that 15-minute mark, chat. Make sure you do that $5 donation train. You assign your donation to our incentive for Princess Heart and UFO ending. I would love to see that number just zoom, like super
we're like
fast.
halfway there. Let's go.
We are just shy of 1,000 for that. Let's keep it rolling.
Oh, let's go, everyone.
Yes.
You don't want to miss out on the Princess Heart or the UFO ending. It's probably one of my favorite things in all of Silent Hill.
Whoa. Yes, we definitely need to see this.
Now, falling in the water here will cost you 4 seconds of time loss. Do not fall in the water, chat. It's a very bad idea.
It's also very easy to fall into the water. Don't get close to the edge. Heather will just hop over like she doesn't care.
Indeed. And on 2D controls, when going across the overpass, the bridge, whichever you would prefer to call it, do not adjust your movement until the camera is back behind, because Heather's movement will go more erratic when the camera angle is turned like that, and that was a dryer bounce that was very successful.
Very nice.
Also, because of 2D controls, going straight and just picking up the dryer, which you might see on 3D controls and what have you, is actually really, really hard to do. So I use sort of a bouncing method where I bounce off the trash to hit the dryer to continue. There are 2 more bounces that we will see in the run. Also, say goodbye to the giant raptors because that's the last one in the run.
Bye, giant
buddies.
raptors.
And now we kill Splitworm Jr. because that's why we have the hairdryer, because we're going to plug it in and throw it into the water, killing young Splitworm.
So we go kill this guy and his kid? I feel like
Poor
maybe we're the
young
bad
baby boy.
guys.
He will be missed.
Indeed.
Yeah, if you don't kill that that worm on the bridge there, though, it's just an instant death. If you don't take care of it first, you just get yoinked into the water.
Indeed. Although I'm not sure how that works on easy, because usually on easy, it's just like, hey, you can't go there. Hey, you can't go there. And it's like, okay, fine,
Yeah,
I
I
won't
believe
go there.
easy does have some extra safety rails, one would say. So you can't fall off of like ledges that lead to nowhere as easily as you would with normal or hard, if at all, really. You can't really fall off at all. So that's why there's certain things that we do differently than you would do on hard or normal.
Yes.
But it also means you don't accidentally fall off when you're turning a little too hard.
Indeed. Trust me, that happened a lot when I was unlocking UFO mode on the other 2 versions, and I just fall off while running to Splitworm, and it's like, oh, I see how it is, game.
Oopsie doodles.
So now
Do you have
we're in
time
the
for a
spooky
quick-
apartments.
Do you have time
Yes,
for
we
a quick
do.
donation? Our donation train is rolling. We have a $5 donation that says choo choo from Gert56. We have a $5 donation from Karasaimi that says choo choo but spooky. And then BZ Archer donated $50 and says, I'll take 10 tickets to the $5 train. Let's go, princess.
Wow, thanks so much, everyone, for
Thank
jumping
you,
on the
everybody.
train. How are we doing on the incentive now?
We're over.
We have
halfway.
crossed $1,000. We are at $1,052 of 2,000. Keep it rolling, chat. We have more than enough time. I believe in us.
Let's go!
Yes. Thank you very much, Chad. It's super appreciative. I swear you're in for quite the treat. If we hit it. Plus, I'm sure our Japanese restreamers will super appreciate it as well.
Karaoke.
No spoilers, though. So here we're coming up on Rope Bounce. Rope Bounce was the 3rd one that I developed. Basically, I'm kind of using that second chair as a bouncing point. It's also the hardest one to do. Dryer Bounce was the 2nd one I did. The first one I did was Desk Bounce at the end of the game, because the desk in the middle of the room is a pain to avoid. So now we're just running up to the 5th floor, where we're going to see the last raptors of the run, because there's not going to be any more raptors after this point.
I thought the
Very
last
sad, I
raptors were in
know.
the sewers. They came back?
We saw the last
babies!
giant. It was the last giant raptor in the sewers. Now we see the last normal-sized raptors. I don't know if they're different species at this point, but the difference, I think.
It's like adult raptors and baby raptors.
Aw, that makes it sound a lot cuter than they appear on my screen.
That's why I think they're so cute. They're like babies and like parents. It's so adorable.
Do you think they've been fed Minmo?
Never feed them Minmo.
I mean,
Too bad. We've got a $5 donation from Minmo that says, growing strong and healthy, Minmo.
Oh,
I love it.
thank you.
that's fair. Though I have heard that Minmo gives your cats laser eye beams. So, laser beam cats, maybe?
Yes.
That sounds better than normal cats, but also
And
potentially a problem.
we are being sent to hell via very clean bathtub. So that's a thing.
Do you think that if I use that excuse when my mom comes over and like, no, Mom, I didn't clean my bathtub because if it's too clean, you go to hell when you use it. Would she buy that?
Maybe. Yeah, it's a possibility.
I don't know.
You should try it next time. Running late. No, Mom, this was definitely to avoid portals to hell. I'm definitely an adult who can manage time. It's fine.
Hey, Char's mom, just so you know, this is a thing.
Have to ban her from watching the pod. No, shout outs to my mom. My mom's fantastic. Shout outs to moms.
Oh. Some mom love.
Wrong door. Don't go to that door. That's the wrong door. Shouldn't do that. Go to this door.
So we're currently in the nightmare realm of this area. So we do kind of go through nightmare realms in different places. We go through a normal area and then into a nightmare realm. It's kind of spooky, you know, blood, rust, all that stuff, monsters. But it's essentially like going through the place twice, but a little bit differently. So right now we're trying to get a few items so we can burn a picture.
Yes.
Some weird items, mind you.
You know, Heather's the rebellious teen, so of course, you know, setting things on fire is just par for the course, apparently.
Mm-hmm. And
So here we go.
we're gonna burn that picture. Abby's gonna be turning her light on and off on occasion for specific monsters, especially the slurpers, which are a new enemy in this area. Slurpers are, well, they're notorious for knocking you over and really letting Heather know it's time for a nap. Speaking of,
The timing
Like
on that is
that.
beautiful.
yeah, these slurpers have ended many of my runs. I love them and hate them all at the same time.
I think we all do. Many runners consider this the worst hallway in the game. I disagree. I will point out that hallway, but there's a hallway that is far much worse, and it doesn't even have anything in it. I'm not salty.
No, not at all. It's fine. It's fine, really.
I do also want to say we're at less than $900 on that incentive. I'm over here counting down. Just 9. I want to see 8 happen next. Please, come on, chat. Keep those donations coming in. Keep assigning them to our incentive, please.
Yes, please do. We are supporting a great cause as well, so it all works out in the end.
There's
You get to
UFO
see an amazing ending.
I'm just
And now
excited
we have
about
the key
UFO
for the
ending.
door
If
that
If you've seen Silent Hill before, you know you want to see what this one's UFO ending looks like. Sorry.
It's so good.
Yes. Turn on the light because she can't read unless there's a light on. Where
Fair.
she gets the magic words, because magic words to get rid of monster at the front, though she finds something out later in the game, spoilers, and it makes no sense that it would just disappear then. Also, fun fact, if you have the light off here, there's a book in the middle of the floor. If you have the light on and you're mashing, she can read that book. However, if you have the light off, you can just mash away because she won't pay attention to the book.
Dewey, Fooey, Eagle, Eris.
Are those the magic
And now we're-
words?
Yeah, that is the magic word.
Yes.
I didn't actually know what they were. Those are pretty good ones.
Yeah.
I've got a couple pretty good magic words too, if you're interested.
Ooh, please share.
We've got a $5 donation on that dono train from Anonymous with no comment. Thank you so much. We have a $25 donation from Yukapo that says less than 3. Hearts in chat, everybody. And then we have another donation of $50 from Adora Bibble that says less than 3. Thank you so much, chat. Keep it going. We are rapidly approaching 1,400. We are so close to this incentive for Princess Heart and the UFO ending. Keep it going.
Heck yes. Yes. Sad. Yes. So,
Whoa!
We have also just avenged our father's murder.
yay!
Because our father
Discount
has been
Disneyland,
murdered.
there we go.
Sad face.
Sorry, I just love the switch from. We get less than 3s
Oh.
from chat. Thank you so much. Also, we killed our father's murderer. We're back.
Oh yeah, we gotta get the. We have a few
now, chat,
bruises and such
we
on,
are finally
on
in Silent
ourselves, so
Hill.
we're gonna go get that checked
Welcome.
out. But in Silent Hill, we get to deal with some dogs.
Every time it's
now.
fog,
quite
yes.
yet. We have to
Dogs
go.
aren't too bad if you
We have to go to the
move a little
hospital
bit to the right
first.
or to the left. If they try to jump at you, you can generally dodge them fairly easily. But they can be a little aggressive. Exactly.
Oh, it looks like we have a little bit of technical difficulties, chat. In the meantime, I just want to say thank you all for supporting this donation incentive. We are so close to getting Princess Heart and the UFO ending. So while the tech team takes care of this, I just want to say thank you to a few specific donors real quick. Highly Incompetent donates $200 and says, always love the horror block. Thanks to all the runners who give me a reason to turn all my lights on. I adore this even and everyone who works on it. Trans rights. We've got a $25 donation from Penguin with a Gun that says Silent Hill 3 holds a special place in my heart. As a kid, I was blown away by how well written and tough Heather is, and she's inspired me through a lot of scary times in my life. If not so scary as the ones she's facing here, good luck on the run. And remember, bread. We also have a $100 donation from Tango Kilo 3 saying, I'm loving Frost Fatales, and I'm so happy to be donating to such an important organization as Malala Fund. Shout out to everyone on screen and off for putting together such an amazing event. Trans rights are human rights. Let's go. Let's go, chat. We are rapidly approaching that donation incentive. We are a little bit more than $500 away, and I believe in us. We've got a $125 donation from Ganeda that says, thank you for being a champion of equal rights. And we've also got a $25 donation from Tara Lynn saying, thank you to the runners and to everyone making this possible. Just a quick reminder, folks, if you are just now joining us, Frost Fatales is presented by Frame Fatales, which is an all-women community for those who are interested in speedrunning, charity events, and gaming. If you would like to support Frame Fatales, you can follow us on Twitter at Frame Fatales. And you can also tell people about this event. You can share it with your friends. You can also learn more by typing !FF in chat. All right, it looks like the tech team has got things sorted out. So we're going to go right back to our run of Silent Hill 3 with Abbiescorner. Take it away, Abby.
All right, we're back. It seems like Leonard did not want us to finish the run. That's who we're blaming this on. Somehow Leonard transcended Silent Hill 3 and into the real world and was like, no, you cannot finish this run. But we're back.
We are good to go. We're now entering the hospital. And yes, I think Leonard might have tried to sabotage a few things, but we're not going to let that happen. We need more Silent Hill.
Indeed.
And speaking
So
of
we're
more
going to the
Silent
second
Hill, only $600 or under $600 to that bonus incentive so we can actually see the UFO ending and the Princess Heart. Like, please. Oh, I'm so excited.
Now we pick up that perfume for something very specific later on. It'll be probably a good 5 minutes before we see why I picked that up. Of course, the code is always the same on your difficulty, so on easy it's 4639. If you're playing on normal, it's whatever the normal code is. Hard, it's whatever the hard code is. No matter what difficulty you play on, So long as you're sticking to that difficulty, it's always going to be the same. This, however, is RNG, as we got 543. And we pick up the camera, and then we can leave and start heading to the first floor to see the world's most amazing art piece, not in a museum.
And you may be familiar with this area as you do go through this hospital in Silent Hill 2 as well. So if you're a speedrunner for this game, you probably have shared confusion when you switch between the two because the routing is very different.
Yes. I unfortunately have no experience with 2, so I don't have any issues yet.
Maybe one day.
So, the one thing here is you cannot do the nail polish remover until you have interacted with the art piece. Even if you know the key is there, the game's like, no, you have to look at it first. So look at it. And it's like, oh, all right then.
It's quite the abstract art piece, though, to include so many different elements. You have the key in there, you've got the bug, like just options.
Of course, we've also just destroyed that priceless piece of art now as well. Heather is quite the rebellious teen.
That brings us
And
up to
our
what, 2
code.
destroyed priceless pieces of art?
61.
Oh, 9261.
Yes.
92, 61, 92, 61.
In case it isn't obvious, chat, we need to remember this code for a little bit, so we're just going to try really hard not to forget those sequence of 4 numbers. If you'd like to help,
61, 92, 61.
feel free to keep track of it with us, chat. 9261.
There we go.
All
And we're
right, here
about
we
to
go.
use it on the door here. Thankfully, you don't have to go too far to remember the code. Thankfully.
And now we have to answer a phone call.
Hello?
Because phone calls. And
Honestly,
also
at
make
this
sure
point-
you're in S12. Oh, she wanted to play some DDR first. Really awkward place to play DDR, but it is what it is.
I was going to say, I know this game has so many different horror elements, but honestly, having to answer a ringing phone where you don't know who's calling you, pretty much up there with everything else.
Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah, I have to agree. And now we go back down to the second floor to go to a very rusted hallway. A very rusty hallway that has very functioning gates.
Yeah.
So that's a thing.
While we go through this hallway, could we maybe sneak in a donation or two?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. There appears to be a $25 donation train going on in chat right now. It started with an anonymous donation with no comment, and then Rarest donated $25 with no comment, and then Mirda Chats donated $25 with no comment, and then Dusty Sora did, and Fallen Isol donated $50 to close that off.
Whoa!
So keep that going, chat. We are rapidly approaching the goal.
We're so close. Come on, Chad. I believe.
Excellent.
I believe in you, chat.
Thank you all so much. As we continue down Rusted Hallway number 2, which this gate has to fall for this gate to open. So we have done so. And then we can keep going. And turn.
This hallway can actually be kind of jarring sometimes because the camera does switch on you quite quickly, and it can get a little confusing when you're first going through here, but thankfully you don't have anything chasing you.
Indeed. You just have gates falling down and then you're trapped and it's like, oh no, what do we do? And now, ladies and gentlemen and non-binary pals, I present to you the most powerful character in Silent Hill based on their core strength. Take a look at their arms and take a look at their legs, and if you use your skills of deduction, you can see that it is their core strength keeping them afloat.
I envy
Also
that
green
core
shoe.
strength.
I kind of liked the shoe, but I would
I
need
think
a
we all
second
do.
one. All right, so everything's red now. That's not good.
That's fine.
It's fine. Okay, everything's fine, chat. Never mind. Don't worry about it. We're good.
We get our welcome friends once again, Slurpers.
Oh, yay!
Yes.
Good friends.
Though these ones I find aren't as
Definitely
bad, though the light trick works. Though you do need to have the light on to pick up the plastic bag. However, everything else in the Hell Hospital, you're completely fine. You don't need the light on anymore. Also, if anyone's confused about my floor tackling, it is because when I was first learning this game, I didn't realize there was a thing called IGT and it paused in the elevators and that you could skip the elevator rides. So in my brain, it was like, well, if I have to go to the second floor, yeah, and then third floor, yeah, okay, well, riding distance is short, so there we go. And then, trying to use real world logic in a video game, because that's a thing. Because I know a lot of runners will go for the key first, but I find it easier to equip the perfume if I do the key last.
That is fair.
And now we get to see Leonard.
Oh, this
Oh.
was
Leonard.
Leonard.
Oh, that nurse was feeling a little spicy today.
Yes.
Yes, so Leonard is going to be quite interesting. We're hoping that Leonard doesn't decide to go for a little swim. We do not want Leonard to go swimming at all because Leonard swimming essentially will lose quite a bit of time. So hopefully Leonard stays still and lets us shoot him. Oh!
Yay! He stood still though. I missed the first shot because that's been happening.
I mean, you kind of owed us after those tech issues. Come on,
I
Leonard.
know, right?
Be nicer.
Indeed. Now, another strat with Leonard is I believe top runners will shoot him 4 times, then walk up to him with the SMG and take him out.
Yep.
I can't aim the SMG to save my life, so I just do the shotgun.
You are fine. It is not an easy strat, so to speak. It's a little difficult to get a handle on the SMG, but you can do it just fine with the shotgun as well. And that fight went great. Thank you, Leonard, for not swimming today.
And in the cutscene we skip there, Claudia, the main villain, will ask Vincent, why did you send her to my father? And it's like, you should know that he's a jerk by now, Claudia. And also, you don't like your dad, so whatever. Like, I don't know why you're complaining. And now we're just running back through Silent Hill. Are there any donations by chance?
Yes, that $25 donation train is alive and rolling well. Dusty Sora donated $25 with no comment. There are 2 different $25 donations with no comment. Xander the Goose also donated $25 with no comment. Names Joker did the same thing. M. Sheekin donated $25 and says, so excited for this Silent Hill 3 run, less than 3. And then Masashi219 is here with $15 donation saying, have to donate during my favorite Silent Hill game. Let's hit that UFO incentive because the ending is out of this world, less than 3. Can we get some hearts in chat for Abby here?
Yeah.
Hey,
And we're less than $500.
and host and my commentary team. What's your favorite Silent Hill?
This
3.
one.
Okay, fair enough. I think that's the consensus. Is it 3?
I'm very split between Silent Hill 2 and 3. They're both mean a lot to me. Silent Hill 2 has a more sentimental value, but I love speedrunning this game.
I'm going to take the cop-out answer and say my favorite is the HD collection.
Oh.
That is an interesting choice.
Because then I don't have to pick between 2 and 3. They're both there.
Fair.
Touche.
That is fair.
So now we're going to an amusement park. Everybody brought their tickets. Hope everyone's ready to ride roller coasters and whatnot, and see some bunnies. Because Look at that, we've got some bunnies in the house.
Buddy, it's your favorite.
I know. This is the best part of the entire run because there were 2 bunnies there. And then it's okay from here on out too, but there's additional bunnies. That's... Like, I have notes for this run, and really the parts that are highlighted are just where it says bunny. And that's it.
Hey,
See,
look, more bunnies.
Right there on the left, there was a bunny.
Bunny.
We saw it again. Let's go.
Also very nice that we got the short key, and the key is RNG. if you're not a fan of RNG but wish to run this game, the category for you would be New Game Extra, because all the boss RNG doesn't exist because bosses die really quickly, and literally all you have is like 2 door codes and that key drop. That's it. So if you're like, man, I want to run this game, but I don't like RNG, there you go, your RNG is gone. Plus there's a true glitchless category now, so you don't even have to worry about glitches if you're not a fan of glitches.
True, this category is very comfy category.
Yes. This is not true glitchless, by the way. This is no QSQL, so there is a wee bit of glitches.
There's a little bit of glitching happening here, but it's still a comfy run nonetheless.
Amount.
Yeah, reasonable.
And a ghost reactivates the roller coaster, Heather Falls. The question that I always have about that, though, is if there's loops on that thing, how did she think she was going to get down? Also, I hope you're all ready to be welcomed to the Borley Haunted Mansion.
Please come inside and look around.
When you feel you're ready, then go through the door.
And by the way, you do have to wait for the voice lines to end. We were ready a while ago, but the voice wasn't, so we just get to patiently wait outside the doors.
Yes, that's another thing that New Game Extra, or Extra New Game lets you skip, is the dialogue. As he explains.
There is
Are there any donations?
Oh, there we could do a donation. Yeah.
Absolutely. We've got a $5 donation from Silent that says, for the fund, runners, commentators, and the UFOs. Thank you, Silent. We've got a $25 donation from Katara that says, silent comment. We've got a $25 donation from Code Yanagi with no comment. We've got a $25 donation from Rocky12799 that says nothing because there's no comment. We've got a $10 donation from Rexy that says, wanna help remember the code? I've got 2 means to help. 1, have you ever dated a person for a really long time? Like, since 1992? And 2, I need scissors. 61! Do we have time for a couple more?
Yes, but before that, everybody say hi, Danny, and then bye, Danny, because, you know,
He is also someone who has no comment, but is just happy to be here.
Indeed. You may continue with donations if you wish.
We've got a $20 donation with no comment from XQ11. Thank you so much. We've got a $50 donation with no comment from Sven. We've got a $100 donation with no comment from Silence. We've got a $20 donation from Naroxa15 and a $25 anonymous donation. Folks, keep it going. We are less than $200 away from Princess Heart. We are so close, I can taste it.
Oh my goodness.
So close. Let's go.
And now we're being chased by a red light.
Oh, now we're being chased by something. Yeah, you do not want this red light to touch you, not even one bit. If you let the red light touch you, you die.
Yes, and then you have to restart to the very beginning of the amusement park. However, remember all that stuff I said about Extra New Game and being able to skip most of the dialogue? That also applies. But yes, don't let the red light touch you.
That
Red
feels
light
like
evil.
a weirdly outsized consequence for touching a light.
Right?
It's just a little harsh on this one.
Indeed. Now we have to go pick up a red shoe that's in the middle of nowhere for some odd reason.
Oh, that's where I put it. Oh. I've been looking for
We
that.
have more bees and
Bunny.
rabbits.
Sorry.
Bunnies.
Again, I'm just looking at my notes like the bunny's coming up soon. Where is it? I know it's supposed to show up.
Char Bunny is on the lookout for bunnies.
You know, I am trying to do my best with the rest of the commentary too, but there's a reason this is my favorite Silent Hill game.
You're fine. Robbie
And
the
then-
Rabbit is a personal favorite for many.
So wonderful.
We have picked up the last health drink that we need. We need 6 in total. However, you can get away with 5. However, you must pay attention to how much health you have, because if you enter the fight with God with yellow health, you will need all 6 to have been picked up. If you're not at yellow health, then you are fine and can get away with the 5. I didn't experiment or anything.
It's good to try things out. All right, so we just
Hi,
opened
Douglas.
a gate.
Bye, Douglas.
Hi, bye. We just opened a gate using a carousel. That's a normal thing to do in everyday life, so I'm glad that we're skilled at this.
What is logic?
Great question.
Indeed.
This game doesn't know. That's fine.
I mean, hey, the rides have to have some sort of power behind them, right? Plus, it's one of those, like, flying tilt-a-whirly fast ones, so I would think that it would have the strength to rip the door open.
You'd think.
Physics, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a physics expert. I know nothing about science. All
So we're
right,
gonna be
and
coming
here
up
we go.
Trollessa, which is what I like to call her because she can be a little bit of a troll. But Alessa here is going to be the boss fight. So first we're going to be starting the boss fight by attacking these totally fake horses, definitely not real. We need to make sure all of them stop moving. If we do not allow these horses to stop moving and we just continuously let them do their thing, the game will actually game over.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we got to do this fairly quickly. Thankfully, there's not too much of a concern. Abby's going to knock this out of the park. Just stay still, everybody.
You may notice as well that we are talking to some of the horses. You can see dialogue showing up at the
Yes.
bottom of the screen. That is because when we're talking to the horses, the in-game timer is paused. Obviously, real timer is not. The GDQ timer will continue, but the in-game timer pauses, and since this category uses that in-game timer, that's why we talk to the horses. It's not just being friendly, but there's a speedrun reason as well. It's also good to be friendly, though.
Exactly. You got to say hi
And then
before you
that
shoot.
noise,
Sorry.
and once you hear that noise, you go back into the pause menu. This is banned in True Glitchless, by the way. That is one of the glitches that is banned. The other thing that is banned is something coming up in the church, and now our evil clone has come into play.
Yes, so Alessa here has different phases, so she'll have different weapons for each phase. Sometimes she'll have a gun, sometimes she'll have a pipe. So we want to shoot her before she shoots us or hits us like that, but it's okay. We gotta knock her down and wait till she disappears and go back to the middle for the next phase. We just kind of do this over and over again until she is done. However, she does like to run away, like so. She does that quite often. That's why we call her, well, at least personally for myself, I call her Trollessa, because she loves to run. You want to shoot? Just kidding. I'm going to run. Bye-bye.
The other thing that you want to look out for is that she's not around a horse, or that you are against a horse, because otherwise you're not going to do full damage. So what you saw when I ran around the corner and ran in front of her like that, it was to prevent not maximum damage happening. I was trying to think of words that would work in that sentence. But we have won.
Real quick,
And now
I just want to let you know that we have met the incentive
Let's
for the
go!
UFO ending in Princess Heart. Congratulations, everyone.
Oh, thank you so
Hooray.
much, everyone.
Amazing.
That's all for Malala Fun too. So it's a fantastic cause, and we get to watch a cool ending. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, the church is attached to an amusement park. Specifically, the entrance to said church is attached to the carousel. Who built this town?
A cult.
Okay, fair enough.
Suddenly explains a lot of design choices I've seen throughout this game.
You know, just regular cult things. It's fine.
Yeah, just
Yes.
cool things.
And now we're going to pick up some cards because we need them to open a door. Also, we are coming close to the run being over almost. And here's the other glitch that isn't allowed. Some argue that this isn't a glitch, but, rules are rules.
You know, I personally wouldn't say this is a glitch. A lot of this is just going in and out of the room. You'll hear a woman crying. So essentially, we want to keep going in and out of the room until she stops crying, so then we can finally proceed to the door. Otherwise, you'd have to wait for the footsteps and crying to stop on their own while you're in the room the one time.
Yes. So in true glitchless, you would sit there and just wait. In this, you walk in and out of the room. I think it's a 60% chance of this working. Of course, we've met Vincent to get that. And of course, hey, a boss is now a regular enemy. Interesting.
He's just hanging out.
Just
Yes.
chilling, having a good time.
Also, Char, could you do me a favor?
Oh, what would you like me to do?
Could you tell the fine people where they can find you?
Sure. Hi, my name is Char Bunny. You can find me at twitch.tv/char_bunny. I do not stream horror games. They are too scary. I do like bunnies though, so again, it works out. I usually do platforming speedruns. Thanks. I'm really excited to be here though. Thanks for having me.
Yes. And of course, Kat, could you also tell the fine folks where they can find you?
Sure. You can find me on twitch.tv/KatLink. I love horror games and all things horror adjacent, speedruns and all that stuff. But you should also go check out Abbiescorner. She's lovely. She's great. She speedruns all sorts of horror games as well. You go check her out.
Abby, where can they find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Abbiescorner. You can also find my podcast at Speedrunners and Coffee. I interview speedrunners over coffee to find out their speedrunning journey. We just released episode 7 just before the event started. Episodes are every Saturday. It's available on YouTube and Spotify. And there's also a Twitter account that I always never mention, but there's a Twitter account on top of that. You can also find me on Twitter too. Oh my God, right? Though it's
many
at
options.
Abby_Brander. Yes. And of course, I need to thank Kat once again, because without Kat's help about a year ago, I would have probably given up running this game, because trying to get the game to install would have never happened, and I would have, thrown it against a wall or something.
Well,
And so, because of her assistance, this run you're watching right now is happening. So you can all thank Kat for that one. That's why you should follow her.
Aw. Well, I'm happy to always get new people on this run. It's a comfy run, and I love seeing new people join in on it. So, more than happy to help.
Yes.
Speaking of this
And
run,
there
this is our desk bounce.
Yes. And then we grab the last card. And now we have the 5 cards to let us go through.
Just a fun fact about Silent Hill. The games themselves are actually not based in Centralia. They're based, I believe, in Maine, which is quite different from the movie. Some people often get it confused, but I thought I'd make a clarification for some.
Yes.
Correct.
It's almost like Stephen King had some sort of influence on this. Cough, cough. Stephen King's books could take place in Maine. Cough, cough.
Quite possibly.
I've never been to Maine, but now I'm slightly concerned to go there. That's okay. I'm sure it's fine. If anyone
Surely.
has been to Maine and can confirm in chat whether or not it's identical to Silent Hill or very different, please help me make my travel plans.
They took a lot of inspirations from different small towns, but I believe Maine was one of the main places. I could be wrong,
No, that's cool though.
but yeah, I find it very interesting.
Yes, and one of the fun things about this puzzle is it will pause the IGT and LRTA timers. And so you could sit here forever if you wanted to figure out the code, but it never changes depending on your difficulty. Of course, if you switch to normal, it's different. If it's on hard, it's different. But on easy, that's what it is. Here's the worst hallway in the game, by the way, chat. This hallway is the most dreadful thing ever. Ignore the fact that I'm making it look easy. It is a pain.
Very nicely done.
And here we have the final boss fight. She takes 14 shots if you see no sparks. If you see sparks, add 2 shots to that. So,
Does that mean that we're coming up on time soon?
yes, in about 12 more shots.
Yeah,
So,
chicken bones. I love chicken bones, boss.
Indeed. And there's 6. One of the great things about the PC version also is the low health indicator. On the console versions, you have rumble happening. Unfortunately, the rumble on a Series X controller is awful. and so you can barely tell it's happening.
Yeah.
And PS2 is a little too much. So that's fun. I'm not sure about PS3. And that is time.
Let's
She
go.
has been defeated.
GG.
Awesome job.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes. Also, I am wearing a shirt with Heather and Minmo on it. So that's why I wanted to bring up Minmo, because it's like, well, that's fitting.
Minmo! You all are in for a treat with this ending. I promise you that. It is well worth all the money spent towards Malala Fund. So thank you very much to everybody who has donated and continue to donate. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Here we go. Chat and GDQ staff and everybody in GDQ headquarters and Kat and everybody watching, as I've said like 4 times now. I hope you're ready. Because what you're about to see is not so spooky, but more entertaining. Sorry, I have to run through a lot of saves. Because I kind of made 23 saves.
And we didn't need to use any of them except for this one. So it's perfect.
Go.
So, before we see this, John, obviously, we have laser beams.
Laser
Because of
Oh,
course.
laser eyes. Why do we have laser eyes?
Because we filled the requirements. And now, everyone, I hope you're ready. Because I present to you Princess Heart. Sexy beam shupatsu.
That was so magical.
We love Princess Heart. She is a queen.
Oh, she got
Yes.
extra
She might be-
lasers.
She might be named
Yes.
Princess Heart, but she is our queen.
And she also gets straight up lasers. She becomes Superman, Supergirl powers right now.
This is
Funny enough, if you
incredible.
want to do the UFO ending on HDC, you have to be Princess Heart. Her lasers do not do enough damage as Heather. And without further ado, chat, I hope you're ready. Because here it comes. It's time for the UFO.
I'm home, Dad. Listen, something crazy is
I'm
going
so
on.
excited.
What happened?
Obviously, with the UFO ending, also, you're stopping right at the apartment, so your dad's not dead. Very much alive. Also, everybody say hi to James from Silent Hill 2.
He's just hanging out, peeking
Is that the
in.
dude who's creeping behind the corner?
Yep.
Drop kick him?
Oh, Dad, you're
The coolest. Everybody get your best dance emotes out or your best karaoke emotes because it's time for some karaoke.
Indeed. Also, explosion of Silent Hill.
Oh,
Bye, Silent Hill.
dang.
It was
that
nice
was some
knowing you.
firepower. Oh, the sign's okay.
Also, I should note that because I have the Japanese text, or some subtitles won't show up. So that's also a thing.
Oh, that's okay.
Is this just a completely different song that we did for this ending?
No, it's the same song.
Same song, yeah.
Okay.
It's just there's no subtitles.
That's fine. Great song nonetheless.
それじゃあそんな成長期のみんなでサイレントヒルの歌を歌おうかな
Why are there children?
よーし行くよ
I believe that's the
Because
death
sing
team.
along.
This just doesn't seem like a very safe environment for that many people, potentially of a younger age.
よ
It's fine.
よし
Don't worry.
Shake, shake it. Yo.
Silent Hill no uta, omenda de tao, omenda de uta mimashou.
How many times have the two of you sang this song?
Too many times.
She's not wrong.
Do you happen to know what the translation is? Like, what are we actually singing about?
We're singing about each character at the moment.
Yes.
So we're just singing. So right now they're singing about Claudia. If I had English on, there would be the English lyrics at the top.
Chat, I hope you're singing along this time.
I would imagine the Japanese restream is very much enjoying this.
They'll be seeing it later. They're on a delay from us, but they'll catch up overnight, which is fantastic. We're super excited to have the Japanese restream this year. Shout outs to them.
Yes. And of course, right now they're singing about Vincent.
Of course, I definitely understood that while looking at the screen right now. Do they like Vincent? Because I know we don't.
No, because if I remember, they mentioned something about him being a creep off the top of my head.
Okay, they got him figured out.
There's at least one runner I know. Well, I don't know them, but there's one runner I know that can sing this entire song, including the really, really fast parts.
I struggle on the fast parts.
Yes.
Okay, wait, which one was Douglas? We went through this run really fast, and I lost track of a few people
We're
along the way.
on Douglas right now.
Douglas was the detective that was following us around.
Yes, that was that. He's
Thank you.
the fine gentleman that just could not leave us alone for a bit.
And then has a broken leg.
Yeah.
Also, they progressively get more drunk as the song goes on.
Is that because of the song, or is that an unrelated second thing that's happening? Like, does singing the song cause that to happen?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, hey, it's Heather. I know that one.
Yes.
Apparently she's a
Now, it
mother.
does mention, yes, it does mention that she's a mother,
Oh, lore.
even though we never see the child, and I believe, what's the Vita game? Book of
Book of
Memories
Memories, yeah.
mentions that she has 2 children,
Oh, wow.
but
That
we
is
never see them.
Interesting.
So yes. The end. And then this happens.
And that was
Yes.
the end of Silent Hill. Until Silent Hill 4 came.
Yes, which doesn't take place in Silent Hill.
No.
It takes place in the town where Mary from Silent Hill 2 was hospitalized at. They're all interconnected. They are actually all sequels. But this was Silent Hill 2. Or Silent Hill 3. Oh no, I screwed up.
You're
Thank you all for having me here. Thank you again to Kat and Char. I'll be making a Twitter post thanking a bunch of other people. I move in 2 days, so that's fun times for me. So that's why you don't see my horror books or anything behind me. Stick around though, everybody, because the Canadian fun's not over, as the next run is done by another fantastic Canadian speedrunner. Thank
Yes,
you all
yes.
very much.
Congratulations again, Abbiescorner. Let's hear it in chat for her. Real quick, we have a $200 donation from Winslash that says, "For the Minmo in my life, Takara. Let's get that UFO ending." Up next, we have a short break, and then the prize team will be talking with you. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Hey. And then while prizes are doing their thing, will I have enough time to go refill my water real quick? Outstanding. Thank you. Welcome back. For those of you just joining us, my name is BigScared, and we are doing the thing here at Frost Fatales 2023. We have a $150 anonymous donation with no comment, but I'm sure y'all here to hear about the prizes. So take it away, prize team.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Frost Fatales 2023. My name is
Oop, apologies, I jumped the-
prize intern Corvame.
Hello, it's great to be here.
And of course, we're joined by Sent the Mudkip as well, keeping us company here while we want to talk about all the incredible prizes we have available today. We are in the middle of Monday Night Horror Block, having a fantastic time, seen some great runs so far. And don't forget, when you donate, just go to gamesdoneclick.com/donate. And you want to make sure you put in $25. That will get you entered in to win everything we are about to show you today.
I don't know about you when it comes to this horror block, but I'm spooked.
Me as well, but I'm not spooked about these incredible prizes. Let's get started with this one here. We just had an amazing Silent Hill 3 run. We have a Halo of the Sun Silent Hill tote bag sent in to us by Geekish Gifts. $5 minimum donation. I love the splatters here, you know, the style of the logo and everything. And it's also a really large tote bag. It is like larger than my entire head, probably twice. So it'll fit all your spooky stuff in it, including the Mudkip.
This is going to take more time than I thought it was going to. There we go.
There we go. See, absolutely perfect Mudkip carrier. $5 minimum donation. All right, you want to talk about this friend you might recognize?
Yeah, I mean, I was tangentially involved in the tuning run earlier, some could say. I made an appearance. And so did this little friend here, the Fox from Tunic Perler, sent to us by Kinda Nerdy Housewife. Thank you so much. If you've seen these Perlers sent in by Kinda Nerdy Housewife before. They're always amazing. They always look so good. They're like, I need everyone to see how good it is. how close and like it just looks like a sprite. And this isn't a sprite game. They had to like make the sprite.
I think that's my favorite part. It's like you put the 3D character into the 2D form, but it still captures so much of like, you know exactly what it is, what it's from, and it has such style with its little pose.
And for just a $5 donation, it could go from Tunic into your house.
Absolutely. That's very true. And speaking of houses, we have actually two friends here from Unpacking, one of my favorite indie games. I believe that came out last year. It is so, you just look at this and you remember playing that game, unpacking the boxes, how it made you feel, how it made me feel. And these pins, they'll just be your friends as well. $10 minimum donation. Alicat, thank you so much for making and sending these out to us. Alongside that, we actually have another really cool prize that is we've a figurine here of Shovel Knight, and it's a painted 3D printed model. So, you know what the 3D printed, stuff looks like, but I really enjoy, they've painted over it, and again, the sprite work on these kinds of prizes is so cool.
You know about its bonus feature?
What is it?
It's adhesive.
I'm impressed. That's pretty fantastic. That's better than I can do in the game of Shovel Knight, if I'm being honest. I'm really terrible at that game.
Really bad at that game, too. Yeah.
But Explosive Action is really great at making these prizes for us, and this one is a $10 minimum donation. I also do want to mention, you want to get your donations in now because all of the prizes are going to close when the end of the day comes. So you might as well get your donation in now if you're seeing something that you like here. And we actually have a game coming up that I know a lot of people really enjoyed this year, Cult of the Lamb. We have some awesome Cult of the Lamb prizes, including this cross stitch sent in to us by Patagus Muck. Of course, we have one of the cultists from the game, $20 minimum donation. And I really love, this is definitely not... it's not Satan Loves Cake, but we can show that one next.
There we go.
No worries. Okay, we made it. Fantastic. Hey, don't worry. It's Horror Block. Anything can happen.
It's true. And, sometimes we just like to get a little bit ahead of ourselves here. And that's why we showed you ahead of time this Satan Loves Cake cross stitch as well. This was sent to us by Eliza. And by sent to us, I mean delivered to us here in the studio in person.
Yeah.
As Eliza finished stitching it on the way here to help us in the studio, which is a level of commitment and procrastination that I
am very impressed by.
Impressed with first and two, emphasize with.
Absolutely, yeah. Shout outs to every one of the Fatals who have sent in prizes to us and are participating in the marathon at home from the studio, like Patty's, like Eliza, Kind Nerdy Housewife. All of these, so many of these donors are from the community, and they want to just contribute their talents to the marathon, which is so amazing.
And speaking of donor from the community.
Absolutely. Here, I can hold the game.
Wait, there's a lot of stuff to hold here.
There really
because
is.
Since Mom sent us so much stuff, we have a Nintendo Switch, and we have The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. If you haven't played it, now is your perfect chance before Tears of the Kingdom comes out. And we also have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, a game which contains many games that you might see at this event.
Yeah, and so the console and both games are just a $25 minimum donation.
I'm hearing that everyone is there.
Everyone is here, and everyone should be donating.
Everyone should be donating, because not only does every donation you make go towards entering you into all these fantastic prizes, but they also, one, help a great cause, and two, help us reach all the amazing incentives we have coming up and currently open. Do you happen to know any of those?
I happen to know a good amount of those. Been working on trying to figure out, what do we really want to see? And we want to make the marathon as long as possible, right? Keep seeing some extra stuff. So I know we have an incentive open for Cult of the Lamb. There's like a little mini game. I think that involves, it's a little game that we would get to see after the marriage percent run. And I would love to see that.
I don't know anything about it.
Well,
so I need to find out.
If you don't know anything about it, you can go to GameSoQuick.com. Click on the bids page, and it'll tell you what the incentive's all about and how much it is.
I could do that right now.
Okay, fantastic. While you're looking that up.
You wrap it up while I do this.
All right, fantastic. Sounds good. You can go check that out. It's your first day, still figuring out everything. So thank you again to everyone who has sent in these prizes, who's been donating all week, all of the runners. And speaking of that, we have another amazing horror game coming up after this. Resident Evil 2 2019 by Sneevil. Let's see it.
Is it this one? Is it...
All right, we're back. Chat, I'm sure you loved all those prizes, but be sure to also remember that we have a donation incentive open right now for Cult of the Lamb. So if you want your donations to count towards this as well, make sure you mark it in there. We have a $150 anonymous donation with no comment. Thank you so much. But in the meantime, we also have a run coming up. Can we get some hype in chat for Sneevil, who is running Resident Evil 2? Claire A., take it away. Oh, apologies. I jumped the gun there a little bit. We've got some more donations. We've got a $100 donation from Bean with no comment. We've got a $25 donation from Spotvark with no comment. And we've also got a $25 donation from Infernal Translator with no comment. All these no comment donations really bring me joy, chat. Thank you so much for your support. You don't need to say anything to say so much. Don't forget, we are here today to support Malala Fund, which is an organization working for a world where every girl can learn and read. With more than 130 million girls out of school today, Malala Fund partners with education advocates and activists who are breaking down barriers that hold girls back. Every donation here today supports Malala Fund. So thank you so much for all of your support so far. Let's keep the donations rolling. We've got a $25 donation from Kiara517 saying thank you all, streamers and event staff, for helping young women around the world. We've got a $25 donation from Black Wolf MJ saying, let's go Sneevil. We've also got a $25 donation from Solar Essence with no comment. Thank you so much for that donation. Just a reminder, we are already $50 towards our incentive for Cult of the Lamb, the Knucklebones match, which is only a $1,000 incentive. Chat, I believe in us, and I believe in you, and I think we can get this done really quickly. So let's keep those donations rolling. Let's get the train started for this run. I'm very excited to see what we do together. For those of you just joining us, Frost Fatales is presented by Frame Fatales, an all-women community for those who are interested in speedrunning, charity events, and gaming. If you would like to support Frame Fatales, you can follow us on Twitter at Frame Fatales and let people know about this event. To learn more, you can type !FF in chat. We've got a $100 donation from Marissa with no comment. Thank you so much. We've also got a few other donations with no comment. A $25 donation from Calamity Nolan, a $25 anonymous donation, and a $5 anonymous donation. Thank you so much for your support today. All right, chat, are you excited for our next run? We have a Resident Evil 2 Claire A standard PC run by Sneevil. Take it away.